We've got playoff previews ready to go here today. I'm very excited. I'm going to show you all the film from the Rose Bowl matchup, Michigan and Alabama, and the Sugar Bowl matchup, Texas and Washington, and get you prepared for the way that these teams like to attack their opponent and what they need to do to have success in these playoff games. Let's start with the Rose Bowl. Let's start with Michigan against Alabama, and I'm going to start with the Michigan defense, okay? Because the Michigan defense has got a huge problem on their hands, and that is the fact that they're going to have to try to stop Jalen Milroe. Now, Jalen Milroe is this style of quarterback, this running style of quarterback that can also throw it downfield that Michigan, quite frankly, has not seen all season long. This is a tremendous matchup, as you can see, right? These two teams, in so many ways, are built similarly. They want to play at the line of scrimmage. They are built to play a tough-oriented style of game, and that's what the Michigan defense is going to have to do. The biggest key for them is going to be first down. I keep coming back to this idea of forcing the opposition into a situation where they're uncomfortable. And for me, you want to get Alabama into second and third down and obvious passing situations. How do you do that? By stopping the run on first down. Let's take a look at the way that Michigan does that. They've got great first down defense because at the defensive line, they do a great job of escaping blocks and defeating blocks, even double teams. So watch as you get a swim move, you get a defeat of a double team, and then look at all the maze that you've got going on right here, okay? This is a first down run play that is going nowhere because the double team gets no movement. There's great pursuit. There's great gap control. There's great strength at the line of scrimmage, and now all of a sudden it's 2nd and 9, and now you're in an obvious passing situation. Okay, that's where Michigan is at their best. And then they can do this, the stunts on defense, providing pressure in a passing situation. They're one of the best at this, these stunts where they're going to loop around. But one of the things that they do is that they maintain their rush integrity while they do these stunts and loops. So watch, you get a free rusher here, but the looper is coming right where the quarterback is trying to escape. So as Tagovailoa is trying to escape, he's escaping right into a looping linebacker, and it's a scoop and score, and Michigan is able to get it done. Okay, so a stunt is how they provided the pressure there against Maryland. It's, by the way, how they provided the pressure on Kyle McCord on that last play against Ohio State when he ended up throwing an interception. I wouldn't say, Michigan doesn't have the singular great pass rusher like they did with Aiden Hutchinson or Ajabo a couple of years ago. But as a group, the way that they can affect the passer is with those stunts and twists up front. So they've got to get them to obvious passing situations and then get home with rush integrity against Jalen Milroe. Now, offensively for Michigan, there's a lot of things going on, and yes, they want to run the football, but to me, it's actually going to be more about their passing game and J.J. McCarthy. Let's start with the scheme and how they try to scheme things up in order to get guys open. So you're going to see two tight ends, a running back, and the wide receiver right here. That's Cornelius Johnson, and he's set up tight. So when you get into this bunch set, what does it do? It invites everybody from Purdue here down near the line of scrimmage. But then you're going to have this little cheat motion, and this little inside to out motion does a lot of things, but I want you to see the leverage it creates. So now all of a sudden, Cornelius Johnson is the number one wide receiver, and you're going to affect this slot defender because Roman Wilson is the slot player now. Now he's the number 2 release. And now that he's the number 2 release, this corner has outside leverage, which is not good for a slot player because as you give a fake, you pull the linebackers down near the line of scrimmage because you were in that pistol step. There's a free safety that's way too deep here for Purdue, and because of the outside leverage, look at the space that's created for Roman Wilson. So that's a way that Michigan, through scheme, can throw the football, and I think that they're going to need to do that in particular on base downs just to keep Alabama honest on their defense, okay? And the other part of this is going to be J.J. McCarthy. He's going to need to play great. And part of that is the way that he does that with his legs. Watch here as the pocket collapses and he's able to escape, get loose, keep his eyes downfield, and still make a play down the field. This is what opposing defensive coaches talk about a lot with McCarthy, is that he's difficult to stop and he's their most special player because of these off-schedule plays that he can make. That one was against Purdue. This one's against Indiana. Watch as Indiana is going to have a little blitz over here on the offense's left side. Now, it's going to get home. They do a great job, and this is a breakdown in protection for Michigan, but McCarthy can escape. But now look at what he does. He's going to continue to control the field. He's going to tell his tight end, Colston Loveland, to go deep. What that does is it puts the defender in conflict. Now that conflict defender has to choose. Am I going to take McCarthy, who can run for a first down, or am I going to stay with my man and continue to cover Colston Loveland so he can go deep with the tight end, or he can come up and take the more immediate threat, which is J.J. McCarthy? He's got to take the more immediate threat, but McCarthy, because he pointed, he dumps the ball over the top, and look at the quality tight end right there. The youngster, Colston Loveland, takes it in for a touchdown. So those are things that Michigan's going to have to do offensively. I think that, yes, you're going to have to run the football, and that's the identity that Michigan wants to have on that side, but in a lot of ways, it's going to be McCarthy as well, trying to make plays with his feet. Let's go towards Alabama now. Alabama on the defensive side, one of the things that they have to do is play great in the short yardage. Okay, so this is 3rd and short against Georgia. Watch the commitment from Alabama of the second level to get to the ball carrier. Everybody up near the line of scrimmage, relying on those defenders in the back end that they won't get beat deep. Here's another short yardage. See, Michigan's one of the best short yardage running teams in the country, and this is going to be crucial because when they get in these situations, they've got to commit those resources from the second level to go ahead and stop that short yardage run. They did this great against Georgia. 3 different times on 3rd and short, Alabama was able to get stops. But again, look at the commitment and the fast flow from the linebackers in order to get to the point of attack and make the stop. This one's like 3rd and a foot, and they were still able to get a stop. So defensively, I think Alabama is going to have to commit resources in the short yardage to make sure that Michigan can't have those long drives, because those long drives are what end up churning out a lot of time of possession, and then you can not get your offense on the field, and there is Jalen Milroe on offense. So Milroe, let's take a look at what he does. This is his ability to affect you outside of the pocket. Watch as Milroe is going to run towards the outside wide receiver. He puts the defender in conflict, a lot like J.J. McCarthy, and it allows that opening right down the hash mark to open up, and then he's got the athleticism and speed to go ahead and run. So you need to spy him, really, right? Jalen Milroe is so dangerous running the football, you got to spy him. But he's really good when you spy him as well. So later in the game, what does LSU do in this case? They spy Jalen Milroe. Now you've got somebody sitting right in front of him. All right, buddy, you're not going to run now. Well, look at how calm he is. He locates the spy and he says, okay, I'm just going to throw. Now he turns over to this slant pass and he's got the slant and it's wide open. And guess what it is? It's a first down for Alabama. Boom. That's easy stuff right there. And Milroe makes it look easy. And I love what he's able to do on the offensive side. So his ability to run the football is going to lead to his ability to throw the football. So that's going to be a great matchup. I can't wait for that matchup. This Rose Bowl is going to be, in a lot of ways, maybe one of the more epic games that we could ever get. Hopefully the game lives up to the hype, because I think a lot of us are expecting something pretty special there in Pasadena on New Year's Day. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here. College football on Fox.